I guess to me, it's an exciting week for a lot of different reasons. An opportunity for our players, their families to experience something that in women's hockey you don't get a lot of opportunities to experience. Believe this is the seventh time we've done it, and each one has grown and gotten bigger and gotten better. And so we're anticipating, a nice crowd Friday night, and I'm excited for the players to get a chance to experience, coming on the ice with a lot of people in the building, a lot of energy in the building. I know their family will be excited to watch their daughters get that opportunity. I'm excited for our fans because, since day one, we've talked about building a community around our players and, challenged the community to come out and watch a game. And they started doing that a lot of years ago, and they continue to come. And, 10 years ago, we were able to build LeBon, and we've been having, success as far as sellouts and support for our game. So a big thank you to all those fans that have come out and watched us play, and hopefully the ones that come Friday night should see a very good hockey game, very entertaining hockey game, and that's what we're preparing for, and the excitement coming on the ice and playing in front of a lot of people. So it's going to be a great evening. It's going to be a great experience, and we look forward to the opportunity to play St. Cloud in a special event.
Questions for Coach?
Mark, I was kind of just curious your thoughts on, playing out in the Kohl Center. It's a bigger sheet of ice, and just kind of how do you anticipate that changing maybe the game, if at all?
Well, the game will be different, and obviously St. Cloud, they're not going to have any issues. They play on a bigger sheet than we do here at the Kohl Center. But again, we'll get a chance to skate on it Thursday, and then get an opportunity to play Friday night. But from a spectator standpoint, the game's just a little bit different because, on a sheet we just played at in St. Thomas, where you have really tight corners, there's not a lot of room behind the net. That tells me when the puck hits a goaltender and goes in the corner, it's not very far to get to that puck and bring it back to the net. When you get into Olympic-sized sheets or bigger ice sheets, the puck will hit a goaltender. If it ends up going in the corner, it takes more time to recover that puck. It takes more time to, get the puck back into the scoring area, and which allows teams to defend and set things up. So it's just a little different game from a viewing standpoint. But again, when they drop the puck, whatever happens in between the boards, whether they're 96.5 feet wide like they are at the Kohl Center or they're 90 feet wide at LeBon, you got to play the game. Both teams are playing on the same surface, and then you just play.
I think AJ had mentioned that there's maybe already 12,000 tickets that have been sold for this event. What does it mean for your girls in this game to be able to come play at the Kohl Center in front of potentially a record-breaking crowd that you said some of the girls maybe have never played here before?
Yeah, and so most of them, I think we have 4 that played back in 2020, and the other kids, it'll be interesting to watch them as they come off for warm-up, and then now they're going back in to start the game, and they enter the ice sheet. I'm sure a bunch of them are going to be nervous, which is a natural feeling. I mean, you can imagine yourself, being suited up and coming down the tunnel there and jumping on the ice, and you got 10, 12, 15,000 people cheering for you. It provides an environment that, as I say, for us is special because we don't get a lot of opportunities to play in front of that many people. We've been fortunate here in Madison and at Wisconsin to get a chance to play in front of a lot of big crowds. But just excitement, and 5, 8, 10, 15 years from now, it's a memory that they'll never forget. They'll be remember it. I'm sure they'll have pictures. They'll have families here, and so it's just one of those events that. As a Wisconsin athlete, you can provide to your team and to your players, and something that's really special for them and certainly for their families.
Mark, kind of a follow-up on that. Obviously, you've been through this before, and some of your players have, but has there been anything you've done over the years to try to prepare them so they don't skate out onto the ice and look around and get wide-eyed and have someone skate right past them and they forget the game? The puck's been dropped?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a coach, we don't like distractions, and so I'm providing a real crazy distraction to them Friday night, so I'm not sure that that's good on my end. But again, as a former player and being some of those situations and coaching in some big venues, it's about, clearing the mechanism, clearing your mind, taking all the white noise and try to eliminate it. And when they drop the puck, you're focused in. And you're concentrating on your role, your job, your shifts. And if you can get it down to that level, then it's amazing because you know, you can play in front of a lot of people, and it can be really noisy. But if you're in tune to what you're doing, you really don't hear it, and it's amazing as an athlete and in some of those situations. And so that's where you need to get to. And so the most important thing is what's going on within the game, and that's what I try to address my players. And, you know, enjoy warm-ups. Have a good time in warm-ups. You're out there, get yourself ready for the game. Look around, you know. Acknowledge, make eye contact with some of the fans and the kids that are going to be there. But, you know, when they come and drop the puck after the national anthem, then it's like, boom, hit the dial, hit the on switch, time to play hockey.
Kind of a quick follow-up. If you do clear the mechanism and you don't hear the fans, what do you hear on the ice?
You can dial into your teammates, and so you know, no different than, you know, our last game here at La Bombe against you know, Mankato State. You know, the horn, we got the band going, and I'm leaving the rink after the game. I know the band was there, but I really didn't hear much. But you're just in tune to what you're trying to do, and so I think that's part of the development as an athlete. And again, if you do it multiple times, and so you talk to a men's basketball player or a football player, who, you know, their venues are big all the time, and they just get used to playing in that atmosphere. So whether, you know, a men's basketball team's playing at Iowa and the fans are crazy and they're loud and they're noisy, they adapt to that. And so our players, unfortunately, haven't been experiencing some of those situations, and so it's going to be new to them, and I'm sure St. Cloud's going to be the same way. You know, they're going to be playing in front of a lot of people, and they're not accustomed to it, so it's who can manage the nerves and who can go out there and be comfortable in the setting.
Seems like your club has found its groove again. Is that fair to say?
Well, it's amazing what a few goals here and there will do to individual players and do to a team collectively. And so, as I talked to you this morning, I mean, you know, tomorrow's February 1, and, you know, you want to be playing your best hockey as you get into February. And, you know, we're going down that path of getting there. And so it'll be a good weekend against a strong opponent. And then, obviously, our last two weekends are going to be against either the number 1 or number 2 teams in the country. And that should set us up and get us in position to get ready to go in the playoffs.
Mark, in terms of, I mean, I guess it's been 3 years since, you know, this type of game was held here, maybe because of the pandemic and other things. But is this something when you're out recruiting players that you kind of, I mean, there's a lot to sell, but is this part of the package? You kind of mentioned that to them, and, you know, I assume there's, you know, a little excitement amongst players?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's part of the recruiting process. You know, it's about giving your players an experience that they may not get somewhere else. And here's part of what we try to do. Here's what we've done in the past, and here's what we'll continue to do. So, as you mentioned with COVID, we missed a couple opportunities just because of the restrictions. But now we're back in a groove and get an opportunity here in 2023 to do something special. And then, you know, 3 or 4 years down the road, get an opportunity maybe to do it again. We've taken trips to different parts of the country to expose Division I college hockey, on the women's side, to areas that have youth hockey, but they don't have college hockey at the Division I level. And again, you're getting a chance to expose your product in areas. And the reception and the people that we've been involved in, and, you know, whether it was San Jose, whether it was Florida, whether it was Colorado, some of those areas, the reception was unbelievable. We had great crowds, we had good energy, and it was fun for our players to get an opportunity to play in those venues, and it was great to see people come out and support us. And eventually, you know, somebody in that crowd, somebody that was watching one of those games, some young girl that was 8 or 9 is probably going to be playing college hockey somewhere because of what she saw. So you try to mix things together, give your players experiences that, you know, they'll take away other than the wins and the losses or the goals and their assists or the good nights or the bad nights. And, you know, you package that all together, and that's something I think we're really proud of.
Mark,
Long time no see.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Is there any part of Fill the Bowl that for you is, you know, to the NCAA and the people that make those decisions, look what we could do with a Frozen Four? Is there any thought of that for you? Because I know the Kohl Center has been used as a bid for the Frozen Four, but maybe they thought it was too big. If you put 12,000, 15,000 people in there, does that, you hope, you know, change some minds?
That would excite me, especially if we were playing in the championship game. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I know we've bid on it in the last couple cycles and been denied, and so it's it's a catch-22 type situation where I think as administrators and the people that are involved in our program here on the hockey side and the women's, would like to see it, but are we capable of doing it with all the other functions and the events that go on around here? In a perfect world, it would be awesome to have it here, and us playing Ohio State, us playing Minnesota in the championship game, and I guarantee it'd probably be sold out, and people would see a great venue. It'd be on TV, and again, we're continuing to grow the game, and sometimes we're making good strides, and other times we're making small strides, and if we continue to do it, you put all that together, and at some point we might get to the, where maybe women's basketball is, where you got big venues, you're drawing a lot of people, and people are coming out to support it. So hopefully I'm still around when that's happening, because, again, it's part of the experience. I mean, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win the championship, but when you step away and these young ladies and these teams get an opportunity to experience something that's so special, whether it's fill the Kohl Center or, getting an opportunity to play an NCAA championship game, they're all going to be done one day. They're all going to graduate, and they're going to reflect on their experiences at their universities. And, that's one of the things I'm proud of. We've been able to build with our community, with our athletic department, some experiences that are really special.
Mark, I just want to get your thoughts on Casey O'Brien. Just scored her 100th point, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on what kind of stands out to you about how she's kind of approached things as she's reached that milestone.
Well, yeah, it's I'm excited for her. She's put a lot of time, she's put a lot of energy and a lot of effort into trying to become a better player. And I think if you look at her statistics, she's been able to do that, and we've seen a lot of growth. Certainly. All 3 years she's been here, after her freshman year, and some of the experiences that she's had, and now she's in a more of a leadership role. She's one of our assistant captains, and so each year some of her responsibilities have grown, and I think as a player she continues to work, and she's not done yet. I think she'll continue to get better and better, and hopefully in the next month she continues to what she's done all season, and is keep working hard, making her teammates better, creating opportunities, and doing whatever she's capable of doing to help us win hockey games. And I've seen that, since she stepped on campus, many years ago, and I'm sure she'll continue to do that.